Okay, welcome to your first sprint review. This is your chance to show the stakeholders exactly what you've done in this sprint. And remember, your job as the Scrum Master is really crucial in this. So firstly, you've determined who to invite to the sprint review. Remember those influential and important and interested stakeholders. You have sent out the agenda. It's your job to facilitate this meeting. You're going to make sure that it sticks to the time that you've allotted for it, and you're going to take the lead and run through the sprint review. So you also want to try and make it look fairly professional. Remember, it's your chance to show the stakeholders and everybody, it's not just the people that are on this meeting, but the people that you're going to send these slides out to keep informed. So make sure that you make it look professional. So let's start off with what the sprint goal was. So we have sprint 1, and the sprint goal was to, if you remember, to create the coming soon page, to start a user group so that we can get some user group, some feedback, and to plan the website. So plan the website out and to architect it, decide on the technology, is what we actually wrote down in at the sprint planning event. So we've got the roadmap. So this is how we're going to build the website up. We're going to start with the coming soon page, which is what we've done. Then we're going to create the contact us page. Then we're going to have a go at creating the home page and the news articles. The news articles give us a chance to get some content on there, some text on there, and to start getting some promotions. That's going to help with the search engine optimization. So we want to do that as soon as possible. And that's a bit less complicated than the shop and integration to the database for all the products. So we're going to tackle the homepage and the news articles first. Then we're going to move on to the shop, which is the real meat of the website. Make sure that that integrates with the current systems. And it's going to have all of that functionality, of course, of being able to filter and sort, etc. And then we're going to have our promotions. So we'll build in the promotions for certain products. We'll put that on the homepage and build it throughout the site. So that's the plan for the building of this website. This is a roadmap. This shows people what's coming and where we currently are with Sprint 1. So what did we do in this sprint? We went through certain tasks. We created a user group via making an advert through promotion and a sign-up form. We created the wireframe designs for the contact page and the coming soon page. We launched the coming soon page as well. And then we also had to decide on the website architecture and the technology that we wanted to, that we're going to use for the website. Of course, that's what we did. There weren't any tasks that we didn't complete from sprint planning, so we're good there. We don't need to talk about anything that we didn't actually tackle. So what did we release? Well, we've already released the coming soon page. Remember, it says in the Scrum guide that we don't need to wait to sprint review to release something. So we've already released the coming soon page. You can actually embed little videos and tables and diagrams into presentations. So you might want to do that. You might want to just take them to the coming soon page. The real coming soon page, that is. So next up, we'll go through the demonstrations, and this is the meat of the meeting. We're going to let each developer take some time to explain what they did and to give the stakeholders a little demonstration of what they've come up with and why they made the decisions that they made, and ultimately what they ended up creating and developing. So Amy is going to start first. She's going to talk about the wireframes. Quinn's going to talk about the architecture. Philip's going to talk about the coming soon page. And Josh is going to talk about the advert and creating that user group. So Amy's going to show some of the wireframes that she came up with and the different options, and then the feedback that she got on those wireframes and why she's decided on the ones that she's going to go ahead with that we're going to use to design the website. Quinn is going to talk about the architecture for the website, the different technology platforms that he considered, why he decided on the one that he decided on. Maybe that would be AWS or Microsoft Azure or some other cloud hosting system. And he's going to talk about the costs involved and the scalability and things like that. But it's really crucial to make sure that Quinn doesn't get too technical with this if the audience isn't that technical. He obviously needs that good skill of being able to communicate complex things to non-complex audiences. And Josh is going to talk about the success of the promotions that he did to build up the user group. So he's going to tell us that he took 1 week duration for the advert. He launched it on Instagram and Facebook. He had, say, 20,000 impressions. It cost £300 for that week. He got a 10% click-through rate on the advert, and that ultimately led to 500 signups. So that's 500 people added to the user group. And that breakdown in demographics is where they live, so Scotland, the north, etc. The gender breakdown, so you've got 56% female, 44% male, and the different age groups, etc. So that gives people an idea of who's in the user group. So then you might want to go through the RAID, the risks, assumptions, issues, and dependencies. So remember, just pull out the main points on this. You might end up with lots and lots of different risks and lots of assumptions and lots of dependencies. But remember to keep it crucial to the ones that are important right now for this sprint and the sprint that we're coming into as well. Or tailor it to your audience, depending on who's actually there at the sprint review to get that feedback. So we're going to say that the main risks are the current stock system may not integrate well with the website database. The current stock system may not update the database in real time, so that could lead to people trying to order an item, but it's actually sold out in the current database, but it's not reflected on the website. So they've gone ahead and made that order successfully through the website, but they've actually bought something that's out of stock. Which leads to the website orders sold on out of stock items. And another one might be that the customer relations process or the customer contact center is unable to deal with the increased demands that the website brings. So I've given little indicators using the risk register and the risk scores. I've added those to the presentation as well, so we can clearly see which ones are the higher priority risks. And you might want to take some time to discuss that and think about solutions, or at least just bring it to people's awareness that there is a risk here and that someone needs to action it. You could also bring up the risk log if you wanted to and discuss it there as well. And you might have a dependency, say that the API, the current stock database, is unable to stream the data to the website, so in real time, and that's basically the dependency. And the product owner might want to talk about the changes in the market and things to consider. So, for example, you might be looking at the competitor websites and realize that they've introduced something for electric bikes. So on their shop, they've actually now got a filter that allows the customer to filter to look just for electric bikes, and that's a big new thing in the market. They might also have noticed that there's a big shift in why people are using bikes now because of COVID-19. People are working from home a lot more, so people aren't really using the bikes to commute to work as they were. But there is a bigger demand for bikes for exercise because people want to get out of the house and they want to remain healthy. So there might be something there around changing the marketing in order to compensate for that. So the impact on the backlog there is that we've updated the ticket for the shop filter requirement to make sure that we include a filter for electric bikes. And the marketing team have been informed about the changes to the market, and they're going to consider new promotion strategies. Ultimately, this doesn't have an impact on the website. It's only the content, so that's okay. Nothing for us to be concerned about there in terms of the website requirements. Okay, and that's basically it. That's just an example of what you might want to do for a sprint review. Remember, it's a time for discussion. So you don't want to just present to people. You want to actually get that feedback. As a Scrum Master, you'll be taking notes and you'll want to share what you've written down, those notes, at the end of the meeting, so that it's transparent to everybody, and you will want to take actions as well to make sure that when people come up with advice and feedback and things need to be actioned, that you make a note of it and that the relevant people are assigned to those actions, and then you as a Scrum Master can follow up on those actions throughout the next sprint to make sure that they are actually done. As with anything in Scrum, you might want to have a think about how the sprint review went in the sprint retrospective and make any appropriate improvements so that you're ready for the next sprint review.